Hey, what's going on, guys? You got TLR again. We're on the battle spot for the next in the online competitions. This month is going to be the Weakness Cup. Not going to be 3 episodes this time, just one. Only reason for that is A, I don't have a lot of time, and B, this isn't like a super cool tournament, in my opinion. I mean, it's fun, but it's not like one of the best ones. Like the Tiny Tourney, that was like top tier. But this is just like, it's okay. So I'm just going to do one episode of this. As you can see, our team is just 6 Pokemon that as you can see, I don't know what I'm doing basically. But we do have a Togekiss, so basically, as long as our opponent doesn't have a Togekiss, we win. Because Togekiss is busted. Why is this Pokemon legal? We're gonna lead Togekiss Terrakion, I think. We have Poison Jab for the Bulu on Terrakion, so that's nice. Hydreigon's also decent here, and I wanna kind of bring Chandelure, although Mamoswine's good as well. Oh, this is tricky. Well, at least we know Bulu's not really going to be doing much. So we're going to bring Mamoswine. That's the Pokemon we're going to bring. Yeah, and our team is Togekiss, Bulu, Chandelure, Mamoswine, Hydreigon, and Terrakion, which you probably already saw. I just wanted to, shout out to the blind fans who can't actually see what they're watching and need me to tell them what the team is. Anyway, we're going to see the Greninja Marowak lead from our opponent. That's fine. Rock Slide could be pretty easy here. I honestly just want a Tailwind. I don't see why that would be a problem. I'm going to protect in case my opponent does decide to go for like the water move or maybe Grass Knot on my Terrakion with Greninja. Because my Togekiss easily lives in Ice Beam from Greninja since it can't hold a boosting item like Life Orb or Choice Specs. And Togekiss is just super fat. We see Marowak withdraw, doesn't want to take a Rock Slide. That makes me believe he probably went for the Ice Beam on Togekiss. Just because if you're going for the knockout on Terrakion, there's not much of a reason to switch. Oh no, it goes for the Mat Block. Okay. Again, wait, huh? So it goes for the Mat Block because he wants his, I don't know. He wants his Mamoswine to come in safely. Well, Air Slash will now knock out Greninja since it's a fighting type, and we can just close combat the Mamoswine, which will knock it out unless it's a Chople Berry, which mine is actually Chople Berry, so I wouldn't be surprised if his is as well. Well, it would be surprising if the Greninja has the Flying Resist Berry. So yeah, there's the Chople Berry, although I don't really expect him to go for the Earthquake. I expect him more so to go for the Icicle Crash on Togekiss. Yeah, but the Greninja isn't Flying Resist Berry, so this Air Slash should just knock it out. Goodbye. And we see the Ice Fang actually, no Icicle Crash. That's going to do a hearty chunk, but not enough for me to say, oh no, we're going to lose this game. As you can see, Togekiss doesn't take damage. Yeah, the thing about Togekiss is that not just does it have really good defenses, but 3 of its 5 weaknesses that put it in the Weakness Cup don't actually exist in the format. So Electric, Steel, and Poison, there's none of those in this format. So you basically have 2 weaknesses, Rock and Ice. And of course I'm holding a Charty Berry, so I basically only have 1 weakness, and that's Ice. And of course my opponent brings the one Pokemon that can actually do damage, of course. So we hit him up with a Rock Slide. That's going to finish off the Mamoswine and do a lot to the Delphox. And we should just be able to pick off the Delphox with the Air Slash. Boom. fun, fun, fun set I'm using. Oh, we disconnected. That sucks. I'm using weakness policy on my Terrakion. So if my opponent like has a Breloom or something like that, something that can hit me with a super effective move but not knock me out, I get that juicy boost, which is really nice. I mean, in certain situations. But yeah, we disconnected, which sucks. But I mean, I've already disconnected twice in this tournament. If you didn't catch, I already got 5 battles. 2 of those were disconnects because, you know, my internet is great. So I'm not like too surprised that I'm disconnecting again. So I'm not like gonna be sad about it. I'm just gonna hop right back into the battles and see what we can find. Yeah, this is why I don't stream, guys, because I can't even do a good live. How am I supposed to be doing a stream? Alright, so next opponent from Japan, we've got, unfortunately, Greninja doesn't have an item, which is like, I guess Greninja has the hardest time using an item just because it's constantly changing types. But I mean, there's no real point not to hold an item, I guess. Bulu is really good here if we can get it under Tailwind, but my opponent also has the Weavile and the Terrakion of her own, plus of course the Greninja, so it's very possible that my opponent double targets the Togekiss and knocks it out turn 1. What do we have that threatens Weavile and Terrakion, our own Terrakion? Like, that's actually a really good lead here. If we lead Terrakion Togekiss, then we pretty much either guarantee a KO or Tailwind. And then Bulu in the back is really good. And then Chandelure's not bad either. Like, yeah, I think Chandelure is the best slot in the back. So that's what we're bringing. In case you were curious about the items on my team, Togekiss is Chardy, Bulu is Koba, which is flying, so Air Slash won't be from Togekiss, won't be doing as much. Shaka is on the Chandelure, which is for Mamoswine, and then even Rhyperior if we run into any of those. We've got a Chople Berry on Mamoswine, which is of course for the fighting types like Breloom and Terrakion. Alright, so we see Greninja Terrakion. Since we have the Chardy Berry, again, this will basically guarantee us Tailwind. And if we see the double target, then we're going to take down our opponent's Greninja. I've decided I want to kill the Greninja. Oh, we see the map block. Okay. I mean, that's not a bad play, but the thing is, now I guarantee Tailwind, and unless we see the close combat onto my Terrakion, which we do, okay, so he just decides to take out my Terrakion. That's fine. But again, we get Tailwind up, so. Which is really good for me. Plus, my opponent is now fighting type, and we know that our opponent doesn't have an item either. So, we know it can't be Flying Resist Berry, like my Bulu. Wait, I was telling you guys my items. I kind of got lost in a train of thought. Alright, so yeah, Bulu is Koba. Shaka is on Chandelure for ground types. Chople on Mamoswine. We've got Yachi on Hydreigon, which helps against Mamoswine and other ice types. And then we've got the weakness policy on our Terrakion because it's lit. So we Woodhammer, no Grass Resist Berry on Terrakion, so that's just gonna die because Bulu doesn't mess around. And as long as you don't miss Air Slash here, we're good. Okay. So that should just knock out Greninja unless it has an a considerable amount of bulk, which would be weird, but yeah. So the Greninja goes down, and now my opponent has 2 Pokemon left. Yeah, so there's not much strategy behind this team. I really just took 6 Pokemon. I decided these Pokemon are going to be good. I put them on the same team together. So we see the Starmie and the Latios. Okay. I'm just going to Air Slash. Actually, I'm going to Follow Me. And I'm going to Horn Leech the Starmie. Because Air Slash won't be doing too much to Latios anyway. Wood Hammer plus Air Slash will just knock it out. I might as well make sure Bulu doesn't go down to like a random HP poison from Latios. Although I guess if Bulu did go down, we just gotta free switch it into Chandelure, who knocked it out with Shadow Ball next turn anyway. Ice Beam, yeah. Well, I guess that probably wouldn't have knocked out my Bulu. I'm not like super sure. I'm running a good amount of bulk on this, so I probably would have lived from full, yeah. But you know, better to be safe than sorry, because like it could have frozen me as well. That would have been no bueno. But yeah, Wood Hammer and Grassy Terrain plus Air Slash should knock out the Latios. Unless this is a bulkier Latios. And even if we don't knock out, we're going to flinch it. Hey. Shout out to Serene Grace Air Slash. It's a competitive strat, guys. So our Tailwind peters out, which is like not the worst thing in the world. In fact, I can just Follow Me here and then Wood Hammer again. This way, even if the Latios decides to roost or something, Bulu's gonna get off that juicy Wood Hammer and knock it out pretty much. Because we saw it did a little over 50% last time. So even if we did see the roost, I still think it would have knocked out. And of course, if we don't see the roost or recover, I guess I move as well. It's just gonna die because Bulu doesn't mess around. I want to give another shout out to Wolf Glick, whose I don't know, favorite Pokemon is Bulu. He's constantly using it in VGC. So you know, maybe he's using it in Weakness Cup as well. Maybe we can get him for our final opponent of the day. Preferably not though, because he probably has like a really good team, and my team isn't that good. As you can see, we're only 15-19 because, you know, staying connected to the internet is for people who have good internet, and I'm not one of those people. Final opponent, someone from Japan. This is actually Wolf Glick's secret Japanese account, or he's also using the female avatar. Just kidding, I don't know who this is. But they do have the Weavile, which again is threatening to my Togekiss, which kind of sucks. We also see my opponent has her own Togekiss, so basically my opponent decided fun is not something she wants to have. She wants to just win, and that's going to be troublesome for me. But my Terrakion does do well against this team. If we lead Terrakion, if we lead Terrakion Togekiss, it's the same situation as the last game. We either pick up a KO or get our Tailwind up. But Terrakion is our primary sweeper. It's not like we have Bulu in the back to do a lot of damage, because Bulu loses to well, it doesn't do very well against Serperior or Hydreigon. We do have Stone Edge for Togekiss, but also if the Togekiss has the Chardy Berry, like my Togekiss does, it's not going to be doing as much. Mamoswine's not bad here, actually. Mamoswine hits everything really hard. We just have to watch out for the Yashi. Chandelure hits a lot of things really hard, but we have to watch out for the we'd have to watch out for the Hydreigon. Also, our own Hydreigon does do really well, but again, the Togekiss can be a problem. We do have the Yachi Berry, so we basically get a free live off of that Weavile. Weavile can't knock us out in one hit. You see the Weavile Togekiss. So basically my opponent's going to fake out and try to match Tailwind. Or basically fake out and then Tailwind. Oh, I can't Tailwind. I'm actually just going to Rock Slide, because might as well go for the flinch. And if my opponent decides to fake out my Terrakion, we're getting up a Tailwind. Fake out onto Terrakion. Okay, so we're both going to have Tailwind up, unless my opponent decides Tailwind is not the play, but she does, because, you know, it's a smart play, guys. Come on. You didn't assume my opponent was bad, did you? She's obviously good if she's got a Togekiss on her team. Alright, but we're just going to make the same play. Icicle Rock Slide, because we can't get flinched by the Togekiss since we outspeed. And I could follow me, in case my opponent like has low kick on Weavile or something like that. I'll do that, yeah. I don't need Togekiss. I mean, it'll be nice to set up Tailwind later. But I'd rather just make sure my opponent doesn't do that. My opponent's Togekiss avoids the attack, although it's probably Chardy, so it wouldn't have done too much. And Weavile should still go down here, yeah. So rest in peace, Weavile, 2012 to 2017. Did it come out in 2012? No, it came out in Gen 4. That's 2009. Alright, rest in peace, Weavile, 2009 to 2017. And we do see the Air Slash come out from my opponent's Togekiss. Going to hit my my own Togekiss, not do too much damage. I'm just gonna close combat the Greninja and follow me again. Like, actually, no, I'm gonna Rock Slide in case my opponent's like, okay, so you're gonna follow me too, can play at that game. So I'm going to Rock Slide because I do not want to. Yeah, you thought I would fall for your tricks. But I have spread moves. Hey, watch my opponent go for Surf here, or Blizzard. Rock Tomb, okay. That's fine because Rock Slide is still going to do a good chunk to this thing. Because Greninja is frail. We see the critical hit, not like it matters too much because it still doesn't do too much thanks to my Chardy Berry. We're going to Rock Slide, and we see my opponent also have the Chardy Berry. So basically my opponent just copied my team. Unfortunately, no, just kidding. I think Chardy Berry is the best item for Togekiss in this meta because the most common Pokemon that will knock out your Togekiss in one hit, depending on your spread, is Tyranitar and opposing Terrakion. Oops, my bad. So basically Chardy Berry means that pretty much nothing can knock you out in one hit. Which is cool because while it doesn't guarantee you Tailwind, it almost guarantees you Tailwind. And if you're playing like with a super hyper offensive team like I am, then you can almost guarantee yourself either a KO turn 1 or Tailwind, which can put you in a good spot. So we see the Ice Beam. That's good for me because now Rock Slide will knock out. This will knock out my Togekiss from that range. And no, the Chardy Berry was on a Togekiss, and there is an item clause in this. So yeah, we're just gonna knock out that Greninja now since it's an Ice type. And I've decided we're going to flinch the Togekiss as well. Actually, it doesn't really matter because it's, oh, we actually did. So that unfortunately does, you know, kind of suck for my opponent. But yeah, that kind of sucks for my opponent, but it wouldn't have done too much damage. And we do see Serperior is the last Pokemon my opponent has. I don't think Leaf Storm will KO Terrakion in one hit. I'm not super familiar with the calcs. Actually, yeah, I'm going to Poison Jab the Togekiss and Flamethrower the Serperior. If my opponent doesn't knock out my Terrakion in one hit. Then, okay, so we do see the Terrakion get knocked out in one hit. But we can just Ice Shard it next turn. And, yeah, I think we guarantee the victory here. Unless we see the Dazzling Gleam come out from Togekiss. We burn my opponent's Serperior. That really sucks. See the Tailwind, okay. Not sure if that was the play, considering Serperior already outsped my entire team. It does help because now the Togekiss outspeeds my Hydreigon. I guess that also covers that also covered her missing Leaf Storm. So I guess that's a fine play, but since I have Mamoswine in the back and my Mamoswine has Ice Shard, it's not actually going to help. We've also, I guess have we seen Protect on my opponent's Togekiss? I don't know. Because my opponent has Dazzling Gleam, that's the only way I can lose. But we do get the Ice Shard off on the Serperior. It is Yache Berry, but it's too low to take it, so. And then Flamethrower, probably it won't even knock out Togekiss, because Togekiss is extremely bulky. But we can just knock it out with an Ice Shard next turn. We do see the Air Slash come out onto the Hydreigon slot, and we don't even flinch because, you know, we can get flinches with Rock Slide, but my opponent's Serene Grace Air Slash is no can do. So yeah, we did get a fair amount of RNG, but I'm not like disappointed with the way I played. I still think like if we didn't get the RNG, we still could have won. So a good game to my opponent. Definitely like the team. Keep using Togekiss. And if you're watching this, go ahead and load up a Togekiss onto your team as well. Because why not? Togekiss is just, you throw it onto a team in this format and you call it a day. Because it's just that good. Anyway, yeah. I mean, it's not a fun format. I do think it's fun. It's just not as fun as like Tiny Tourney or stuff like that. So again, there's only going to be one episode of this, and that's this episode that you just watched, if you made it this far. If you did make it this far, thank you so much. It really does mean a lot to me when you appreciate this content I'm making for you guys. I try really hard to make something enjoyable to watch. So, yeah, other than that, I don't really have much else to say. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.